Hi guys, welcome back to the Naio Nails channel. It's Meg and today I'm going to do something really exciting. As you've probably seen in the thumbnail, I am going to create a dragonfly kind of thing. It's like I'm going to be doing like a big 3D dragonfly, sort of pretty, it's kind of like butterfly-esque, but it's more of a dragonfly. That kind of design. We're going to be doing a big 3D version of it today using some of our products. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to use today. I think for the wings of the dragonfly I'm going to be using some Acrygel. I've got a colour here, Tempting Fate, that I'm thinking to use, and I may be using a bit of our tip adhesive. I'm going to be putting gloves on, okay, because you've probably already freaking seen my nails. Barney tried to paint them for me with normal nail polish. And yeah, let's just say, you know, she's practicing. My nails don't look too cute, so we're gonna pop our gloves on and we're gonna get started. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. As always, thank you so much for watching, and make sure you leave your thoughts and your comments in the comment section down below, and give it a thumbs up as well if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. So yeah, I hope you're ready to strap in and listen to me ramble on again. And if I can get this glove on, we will get started. I thought there was a hole in the glove there, there's not. Okay, perfect. Let's get started and I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay guys, so like I said, we are using Acrygel today and I'm using the shade Tempting Fate. This is beautiful shade, it's absolutely gorgeous. Look against my skin tone here. Really pretty, it's not too pink, but it's kind of got like a rosy undertone to it. So what I've done here myself is just kind of a DIY jobby. I found a clean plastic surface that I could use to sculpt my shaping of my wings on without the product getting messy or sticking to anything else, and also just to be able to pop it off easily without it curing to the base. So what I went and did is just put two lines of about the same amount of product either side of each other. And now I'm using a little bit of slip solution and my Acrygel brush, and I'm just starting here to sculpt my dragonfly wings. There's nothing too complicated about this. You can kind of just freestyle it, which is what I did. I'm, you know, played around a little bit, and you know, you might think, why do you keep going over that one spot? It's just because I might just test how one way looks and then how another way looks, and then by the end of it I figured out the perfect shape that I wanted for my wings. And these can be as big or as small as you like. Obviously, if it's going to be put on a client, you might want to do it a lot smaller, but just for today's purposes, it was go big or go home, girls. So we're here for it. Strap in. Yeah, let's create these wings together. So I'm going to continue with this one, and then I will do the other wing as well in a second, and I'll be back. Okay, so as you can see, I was just making sure that it was level and each of the wings were the same thickness. And now I'm just going to go in again with my bottom wings. So I'm adding a little bit more product here. Acrygel is definitely one of those really versatile products. I find that for me, I don't tend to use it much on nails and clients, but I really do enjoy working with it as a 3D product. I've found that over time, as I've used more 3D products around, and you know, I've created a bit more 3D artwork, that for certain things you're going to want to use our tip adhesive sculpting gel, and for other things that might be slightly flatter but you want more of a hard finish, then the Acrygels are a really good way to do this as well. You just need a really clean surface to work on, like I am here. It doesn't have to be a nail art pot lid. It can be something, you know, made for that, but I just use whatever I've got in my drawer. And yeah, I'm really shocked actually at how easy this product was to work with during this design, because I was a little bit skeptical. I was like, do I just use my tip adhesive sculpting gel, or do I use the Acrygel? And I thought, you know what, let's just go with the Acrygel because it's already got the colour that I want as the base. So we went with it, and yeah, as you'll see in this video, it worked perfectly. So if you do want to create anything 3D that's small that you're going to stick onto your client's nails, then definitely grab yourself some of our Acrygel in any shade, obviously clear if you just want a clear base. But it's a really good tool to just have in your drawer if you want to create a little bit of flat 3D work. Obviously flat and 3D, you know what I mean. That was not explained very well, but hopefully you get my drift. So anyway, we've gone in now with 24 karat gold, which is a beautiful chunky glitter that we've got. I just wanted to blend that through the outer edges of the wings and blend them in. And then once I cured it, I just went in with my top coat to make sure that every single piece of the Acrygel was top coated. And then I did go in and cure it. Once I did that, I just gave them a light buff just to make sure that there was no tacky or sticky layers anywhere. There wasn't, but again, I just wanted to be extra sure. So I buffed it off and then dusted any dust away. Once I did that, I took Serious Black, and we're going to begin the areas that we're going to have chrome now. So I just wanted to outline all of the outer edges of the wings using a fine liner brush, which was super easy. And then I just used a picture on Google for reference for the inner part of the wings as well, as to where the veins go in the like butterfly wings, kind of, you know, like where it sort of separates itself. You'll see in a minute where you get all those thin little lines. I don't even know what you call that, but I did use a reference photo. So you can obviously use mine for reference, or you can go onto Google and find your own. So we're just going to continue this now. I'm going to stop talking for a minute and let you just enjoy watching me paint the outlines and the detail in the wings, and then I will be back with you in a second before we put our chrome on. Fabulous. So I'm just about to finish the end of our wings, and you can see the detail that I mean. It was kind of tricky to do because there was lots of different little bumps and lumps within the Acrygel, so I was trying to make it as thin as I can, but I obviously wanted it to be thicker in certain areas so that the chrome showed up. So I've used our gold chrome pen here, as you can see, and I'm using my sponge just to get into the little nitty gritty bits, which is what I tend to do a lot of the time. I know it's an easy applicator because it's a pen, but that doesn't stop you using a sponge as well if that helps. So I popped that all on, I gave it a dust off, and then we're just going to top coat over it, and these wings will be done. All we need to do now after this is to clean up any excess gel that has spilt over the wing and just clean up and crisp those lines around the edge. You can see here how easy it is to just pop these off, and they are solid, guys, like absolutely perfect. And if you did want some bend in whatever design you're doing, then use something as a base instead of being flat like I did. Use something with a bit of curve to it, and that will then create the curve that you want. So I just took a little tool here on my e-file and just decided to clean up any of the edges. I wanted it to be really smooth and nice. I didn't want any like little spiky bits hanging off, just for detail, because I was really proud of this so far, and I thought, let's just clean it up, make it neat. So I spent an extra sort of 10 minutes just cleaning up everything. I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and then I'll be back in a second when we start to pop these wings down on the Dragonfly. We also need to create the body as well. Okay, just quickly, as I said, I'm creating the body now, so I'm just basically pouring out or squeezing as much product as I wanted for the length that I was using for the body, and then I'm just going to use some slip solution and my Acrygel brush, and I'm just basically creating the shape of the body that I wanted. And I did go with sort of an indented look because that's what I think of when I think of Dragonfly, so I kind of just created the little indents in there. So I'm just going to play around with that now and then cure it at the end. I was super happy with how the body came out in the end. I think that looks really cool, and I just made sure that the wings fit nicely. So I used Athena, I think that's how you spell this, how you say it, sorry, and I just popped one layer of that all over, and it looked absolutely stunning over this shade of Acrygel. And I was happy with just the one layer. It was just to add a little bit of shimmer. So I'm going to cure that now, and then we're going to pop her off. Guys, I was honestly a little bit gassed at this point because I was thinking, how the hell have I just created this using Acrygel? And it was so good. Like, I was so happy with it. So we thought, do you know what, even if it doesn't finish how I want, let's just keep going. So we cleaned up the body, and then I will begin at the base of the nail in a second before creating our wings and making it look finalised. So here, as you can see, I was just measuring up where I wanted to have the wings, and then obviously how I was going to layer them. Once I figured that out, I just took a few different gems in different sizes and used some glue just to stick them down in different sections of the Dragonfly. I decided that in the small little indents was the best place to put them. And the colours work so well against each other with the iridescent gems and Athena underneath. I thought that everything tied in and worked really well together. Obviously, if you're still here and you're still watching, then please give the video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what you guys think. And yeah, do you think I'm improving with my 3D nail art? Because I'd love to know. So I had a really good time with this. And I hope you've enjoyed watching it as well, because it's something a little bit different. I've not done this before. So yeah, just trying to push the boat out a little bit and get brave. But obviously any products that I've used today, you can grab them yourself over on our website. Just click on the description box below. Right, for the base of the nail, I did go ahead and use Petal Perfect. And I just wanted something very clean and light underneath this nail with a tone that would complement the shades that I've already used. So I'm just going to go ahead and put 2 coats of this on, top coat it, and then I'll be back in a second to place our Dragonfly finally on the nail. Okay, I'm back and I'm using our tip adhesive gel to place this on now. I just wanted to make sure that it was secure. I just wanted to make sure also that when I was applying it, I was going to put it on correctly, because I wasn't sure if I wanted it on an angle or to the side or central. So I'm just having a fiddle around now, and then I'll pop it in the lamp in a second. I did decide to go just off center, so it was pretty much central, but just off. And then I'm using the same product again, just to place these wings down. I used a little bit of glue underneath, and then I placed my tip adhesive gel, and that seemed to have stuck them on really well. Barley's been playing with this nail for the last couple of weeks since I created this video, and it's still not broken, so it's going strong. So just in case you wondered, it's not flimsy, it's definitely solid. I decided to place the bottom wings underneath the top wings because I thought that this looked the most natural and the most realistic. And this is how she turned out. I was really, really happy. Like, guys, you know, you've seen me where I started on these videos. Now look at this. I was so happy. And I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If it's something that you're into, a bit of 3D art, I will have some more 3D work coming soon as well using the Acrygel. But yeah, I hope you liked that video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and there'll be plenty more from me. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching again. Bye bye.